Russian President Vladimir Putin has been invited to the United States outside of the United Nations for the first time since 2007. He's set to meet with President Trump in Alaska on Friday for talks on the war in Ukraine. ABC's Selena Wang has more.
President Trump set to hold his high-stakes summit with Vladimir Putin later this week. The highly anticipated meeting between myself as President of the United States of America and President Vladimir Putin of Russia, Trump announced on social media, will take place next Friday, August 15th, 2025, in the great state of Alaska. The president announcing the summit on the day he had set as a deadline for Russia to stop the war in Ukraine or face tough new sanctions. Trump's former national security advisor, John Bolton, critical of this meeting.
I think Trump has made some mistakes already. Number one, in holding this meeting on American soil, legitimizing a pariah leader of a rogue state.
President Trump has suggested an exchange of territory may be necessary for peace between the two countries that have been at war for more than 3 years.
There'll be some swapping of territories to the betterment of both.
But Ukrainian President Zelensky, who will not be included in that summit, is now calling for more sanctions on Russia to stop the war and adding, Ukrainians will not give their land to the occupier, and any decisions that are without Ukraine or at the same time decisions against peace. They will not achieve anything. Vice President Vance says the U.S. is aiming for a settlement both countries can accept, but telling Fox News,
both the Russians and the Ukrainians probably at the end of the day are going to be unhappy with.
NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte believes Friday's summit will be a test to see how serious Putin is about ending the war.
It will be, of course, about security guarantees, but also about the absolute need to acknowledge that Ukraine decides on its own future, that Ukraine has to be a sovereign nation.
Selena Wang, ABC News, Washington.